Hi, welcome to First Seconds Sketch School. My name is Ann Zhu, and I am the illustrator of Shadow Life, a graphic novel written by Hiromi Goto. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to draw Kumiko Saito, who is the main character of the book. Alright, so I'm going to be narrating the first section of this video with this segment sped up. But basically, I'm just starting with a light undersketch for Kumiko. I have her facing this kind of like three-quarter view with her hair blowing a little bit past her face as, you know, it's being blown around by the wind. And when I draw Kumiko, I really want to make sure that I am including facial features that are integral to an older character. So focusing on having longer lines for the eyebrows as that hair thins out and gets wispy, including wrinkles, liver spots, things like that. And Kumiko has all of those wrinkles and everything, but she still has a very full and lively face. I'm going in now with my inking tools of choice, which are a Pilot Parallel pen and Pelikan black ink. And so I'm just going to go in with that and line the pencil sketch that I've already made. I'm just going in with the lines of the sweater now and finishing up any last touches I need for the drawing. Little marks here and there for some light shading to add to the dimension of her character. So with that, I have the finished ink drawing for Kumiko, and I'm going to be moving over to the computer to finish this up. So now I have a photo I took of my drawing in Photoshop. Normally I would be scanning these, but for today's purposes, a photo will be just fine. And so the first thing I'm going to do is adjust the levels so that we can blow out the white of the paper to where I want it to be. And since there's pencil in this, I want to make sure I can get rid of as much of that as I can. I can bring up the midtones and the blacks now to form that stark line art. Right, and this should be fine. So I'll have that there. And now the next thing we're going to do is open the channels window. And actually I'll switch back to the layers here and I'll select the entire thing, copy it, and we're going to make a new channel. This will be called the Alpha 1 channel by default. Paste this, and then over here, this is load channel as selection. So we'll press that. Command Shift I or Control Shift I to invert the selection. And I'll make a new layer here and we'll fill this with black. And so what that does now, I'll go and delete this channel here, is now we have the line art on its own layer. So now we'll go and make another white layer so that I can just have a background for this. Okay, and so now I'll just go ahead and fill in some gray tones for Kumiko's shading. So I'll just use like kind of a mid-range gray for this scarf. kind of like leave a little bit of a highlight on the edge just to give it a little bit more dimension. And I won't be too concerned with like making sure everything is like super perfectly in the lines, especially since I tend to ink these with a looser inking style, so it is a bit counterintuitive to try to make what follows very neat, but I'll clean it up a little bit here and there. I'll throw in another layer so that I can get underneath and color in the sweater. And where this this line at the bottom is kind of imprecise, so I'll probably go in after and erase some of those ink marks just to create a more pleasing end to the shape. I'll just clean up a little bit more of the scarf layer as well, especially because, you know, some of her hair is poking out over it and her hair is white, so I just want to make sure that you can see that coming through. I'll go ahead and erase that too, maybe. I'm just changing brush sizes slightly as I need to. But I'll go in with a little bit of shading for kind of the values of her hair and everything and her skin. I think it doesn't need too much. Maybe I'll add a little bit to kind of tuck this behind her ear. And then for the line, what I like to do sometimes to add more dimension is just colorize some of the ink marks. If I want maybe not all of her wrinkles to be stark black, like I'll maybe make a little bit of it light gray, like so. That should be okay. I'll add a little bit of color to the leaf as well, which was something I added in between when I filmed the traditional drawing part of this and when I actually took the photo of it, just because I thought, you know, a little leaf blowing in the wind, I think it would be a nice addition. Okay, now I'm going to go on the ink layer again and just clean up a bit of the edge and kind of match it with what I did in the gray tones. Just a little bit. And that should be fine, actually. There's a bit of gray left over here. It should be in the sweater layer, so let's get that. Okay, I'll do a little bit of cleanup of any errant marks that I missed outside in this white area, because I see a little bit here and there. And now I will merge these layers, and we'll just tuck these other layers that we originally made the copy from away. And I'm going to add a noise filter to this, which is what I used in the book as well, so I typically would go in with about 8% noise, just to give a little bit more texture. And there you have it. This is how I draw Kumiko Saito, the main character of Shadow Life. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for more of Sketch School from First Second, and check out Shadow Life by Hiromi Goto and myself wherever books are sold.